Hi everyone. I just want to talk about a few of the psychological underpinnings that have allowed the atrocities that we're seeing in our world today. There is a psychological underpinning that can even allow something like this. So, the first thing I want to say is that if you're horrified, if you're shocked, if you're gagging, if you feel like the whole world is shattering under your feet, becoming aware that evil exists, then you're human. You're good, you're alive. It's normal. You should feel this way. You should be feeling like throwing up, disgusted, horrified, worried. You should feel outraged. That means you never do this. You see, the reason why you're horrified, because it's out of your imagination. Because you never do this, doesn't belong to you. A good human being cannot operate this way, cannibalize, scavenge, murder, traffic children, innocent children. That means you are good. So your horror is a barometer, thermometer of your goodness. I can barely sleep since I have come across all this. That makes me feel alive. That makes me realize that this is because none of this should be happening. So if you're feeling all these things, it's because you're good, you're human, you're alive. Number two, these powers that be, this elite, this extraordinarily predatory, Machiavellian, manipulative psychopaths. They are psychopaths, they're sociopaths, and it's not normal. These people have deep-rooted mental illnesses, and these mental illnesses make them operate seeking control, seeking domination, seeking power, seeking amassing fortune, amassing so much for oneself and the people around them without any care of the world or what's around them whatsoever. So there is no limit to enough wealth, millions, billions. There is never enough. How much is enough? Nothing is enough, because the void is so deep and the delusion is so huge. They continue wanting more, never satisfied. There is so much emptiness in the soul of these people. They need validation, constant. Their very identity, there is actually no identity without all the possession and all the control and all the money in the bank account. Number two, that much delusion that you can hurt other people comes from a warped mind that thinks it's not human, it's superhuman. It's above the human race in some ways. That's how they see themselves. They're special. And this has been the underpinning of racism and slavery. They feel amazing. They are deluded. They are mentally deranged and sick. So this is the laying foundation of how they operate. Number three, the psychopathy that leads to the exploitation. I don't even have a word for it. When there can be the conception of using children, eating children, cannibalizing children for ritualistic, satanic, cult-like sessions. What is this? I don't even have a word. This is a mental illness, okay? Using children as a property, as a commodity, it's just not normal. It's an extreme mutation, an extreme mental illness. So all these people involved were all mentally ill, and they could compartmentalize because they have this persona. They show up as a guru, as a doctor, as a politician, as a business person. That's insidious mask they're wearing, behind which they hide. Now, coming back to us, we have co-created this. We have co-created this in a very small way. By how? By putting people on a pedestal, aggrandizing wealth and power and fame. We need to stop this. We need to strip this behavior of putting people on a pedestal. We need to humanize everybody. Stop making ourselves feel less than. Many have felt less than people with power and money. Asking, why am I not wealthy? Why am I not like that? Well, because you're not crazy. You're not a psychopath. You're not a sociopath who want power relentlessly, no matter what. And the other way that the whole world has been complicit is that to some degree, we have all, to different degree and small degree, there are differences, kind of objectified children, exploited our children. And wait, not to that degree, but in a small way. Being conscious and conscious parenting, which I teach, it's exactly about this. Not commoditizing your children. Children are not your possession. We don't own children. We don't possess children. They are not a possession. You cannot objectify them as a tool. for your fantasy, for your movie. And all people have done that. Parents do that. Even when we want to make them happy, we trying for them to comply. We try for them to choose a certain profession, a certain study. We try them to say hi to grandma and kiss grandma and make them do things they don't want to do. So what we're seeing today is the extreme perversion, mutation of that. That's why we all need to become conscious parents. Even if you're not a parent, you can parent other children. We all need to protect our children. Children are the most used, possessed, exploited human population, and they need protection. They need guidance. All of us adults need to wake up, cry, scream, protect our children because they don't have a voice. And we as conscious adults, we need to speak for them on their behalf, to allow their own autonomy. This is a sacred mandate. Don't stop being horrified. Don't stop talking about it. Don't stop screaming in consciousness with power. Don't give your power up. This cannot continue. Our children must be protected.